What's the best way to pass the time at a boring desk job? You can only do this once in a while. But when you need a break for a bit, you could use to throw up a fake update screen. That's an excuse to do some other stuff like be on your phone or whatever. Just seriously don't overdo it. This would be great, but I have dual monitors at my desk, and it only works on one monitor at a time. I could probably figure out a way to black out my other screen though. I used to write at work a lot. At work, I'm already tired of it. I can see why you stopped. That's me. I've written 2 full books during my 510 minutes breaks of downtime throughout the day. All of the typing makes you look busy too, which is helpful. Read. I had a very boring job about 7 years ago, where I got my entire day's worth of work done in the first hour. So I downloaded the Kindle app for PC and read the entire Song of Ice and Fire series. Easy to click out of if someone comes up to you and doesn't really look like anything but a PDF of text. Use the Alt-Tab to change quickly to a new window. I always keep email or an Excel doc behind what I'm really doing so I can switch back to that. Eavesdropping. See how far can you listen when you focus. I work in a 10x10m on office with only one other person. There's nothing to eavesdrop on. Bit off topic, but when I first got some noise-canceling headphones, I took them on a flight. They were only in earbuds, but they were great at canceling out the background engine noises on a plane, so even without music or anything playing, it's nice to just have them on. The fun thing is that people are talking louder than normal to get over that background noise, so you can quite often hear conversations from farther away. Even people who are talking to a partner sat right next to them, as you're also no one suspects you're eavesdropping because you're wearing headphones. Work on your personal projects. Just don't let your company find out, because it probably says in your contract that anything you make during work time belongs to them this year. Does my employer own my comments and my karma? Well, if they really want that Game of Thrones inspired 12-inch butt plug set that I've been working on, I'm not sure it's the best way, but I open and close Reddit 87 times a day. Look at Reddit on phone. Lock phone. Try to go back to work. Open Reddit in browser. Close browser. Try to go back to work. Open Reddit on phone. Shoot for 88. I believe in you. Learn some skill or software that can help you. Try to automate it. Try to automate someone else's job. But then I won't have any work to do. This is what I strive to do, not for myself but for my employer. I then become an optimizer and not a task drone. Software can do that for me. The more you can automate and let software do, the fewer errors you have, the more you can relax, and the more effort you can out into working with clients or others and show your involvement. This will make the day pass faster, because your boring office job could become an interactive environment where you help others who work with you, and you end up managing your work. Don't tell your employer it's automated, but maybe ask if there are more things for you to do. Automate those as well and continue. Audiobooks. There's a lot of them on YouTube. In your library, find out what audiobook client your library is subscribed to. Most have Libby, others have RB Digital. You could start a romance with the office receptionist. That sounds like a great way to kill 9 years. Ah yes, the perfect romance. Me, a 27-year-old single guy. Her, a 66-year-old married diabetic with horrible gout. Edit. Thanks for the Silver X3 also. Rip my inbox. Edit 2. Thanks for more shiny coinage. Holy shit, I have a FIANC2. Where will this roller coaster take me? Just tried this out over the last 6 months. Things were okay, now we're broken up and sitting 5 feet away from each other. It's been a long week. There's this site GeoGuessr. It dumps you somewhere random in the world on Google Maps Street View, and you when to guess where you are. You get more points the closer you guess. You can spend hours on that. 90% of the time it dumps you in the middle of ducking nowhere, so you have to drive along for a bit to even find a clue. I knew this game before, and I never once thought of driving along. I thought you just made pick based on what it showed you. Lol. But I just jumped on and it was a rural highway I've driven on 100x in Ohio. Nuts. Spilling your guts out on Reddit. I'm a software developer, but I am pretty fresh to the industry, so my company doesn't throw me a whole lot of work just yet. I've been learning to do some graphic design stuff on the side with the software that comes on my work computer. Shit. I actually stayed like 2 hours late last night because I was too deep into the stuff I was making. Wow, crew's working late again. Might wanna check your handbook. They probably have a clause taking ownership of anything you do with their software or the office. Read a book. I realize you can't hold a physical book at work without getting noticed. I load my EPUB files into Google Books and use the web interface to read. I also use the virtual desktops in Windows 10 and a button my mouse I programmed to quickly switch between my work desktop and my goofing off desktop. It doesn't hurt that I'm in a private office. No one can see my monitor, and I'm double as the IT guy, so I know no one is spying on me. Hey IT, are you all actually spying on us? Or is management just trying to scare us? I had a job for a year where I could get about a week's worth of work done in a couple days. But the internet at the office was locked down to most websites. After watching S1 of God, I had to read it, so I found PDFs of the books and read all 5 on my computer. Podcasts are a great way to pass the time, especially long episodes. Hardcore History is hands down the best 36-hour podcasts about the most craziest brutal moments in history in intimate detail. Really gets into your head about just how crazy ducked up history really is. It's awesome. Audiobooks are great too. I use the app Libby and you enter your library card details and it gives you access to all the ebooks and audiobooks they have. I live on the border of SC and NC, so I have the North Carolina Digital Library in my local county library for SC. Critical Role. If you can wear headphones. Last podcast on the left is one of my faves. Everything true crime. Conspiracies. GOVT cover-ups. Aliens. Creepypasta. Extremely entertaining, but NSFW. And if you're easily offended, it's not the kind of humor for you. Mabembam is a life-savior. Check out Welcome to Night Vale if you're into really abstract horror, sci-fi kinda content. Monday Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend. Comedy Bang Bang. Armchair Expert. Tuesday Hollywood Handbook. Wednesday Hollywood Handbook Pro version. Maybe Raised by TV. Thursday Never Not Funny. Doughboys. Freedom and sometimes a BBB bonus comedy Bang Bang. Friday How Did This Get Made? And cool playlist. I don't think it's every Friday though. Depends. I am basically at a desk job that is in the middle of a hardware store. My computer has no speakers, so videos are worthless. Finding interesting things to read on the internet is fun, or just finding funny subreddits or interesting things on here is about as good as it gets. I personally keep a coloring book on slow days. Was not super into the whole coloring idea until I started working at this one call center. Everyone there colored, and the company would even hand out coloring pages on slow days. Ended up getting a little too into it though, and now have about $300 worth of high-quality colored pencils and markers. Thank you for watching. Comment, accomplishments. If you have reached this far into the video, have a good day.